everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm Brea Thorne. How are you? We are here. We are, it's past the halfway point in the week. I hope everyone's had a good one so far. Quite a bit going on over here. I hope y'all are keeping up with everything you need to, and that you're relaxed and ready to chill for a bit. While we, hang out and talk about PCs and Pokemon and all that good stuff. Exiled Wolf, welcome in. How you doing? Bone Shock, what's up? I'm feeling good. Not Jaspers, what's up with you? I'm doing fine. Just went live, actually. That's what's up. That's what I'm doing. Lone Vaquero, welcome in. Shinala, how you doing? I just spent a long time going through Pokédex, adding cards, upgrading cards, things like that. Oh, right here. There we go. And this is how many cards I need to put in the Pokédex. Some of them I'm replacing cards, obviously, like I'm upgrading, right? So some of these are upgrades, some of these are new. I could probably figure out how many out of the ones I just did. Like how many of the ones are in here are new. 12, 14, 17, 26. 26 new catches in this box. 26 new catches in this box. Since the last one of these I did. So did I already put away the Deoxys? I think I did. So yeah. That Deoxys VMAX and V-Star battle box had 7 new Pokemon in it and 4 upgrades. That's pretty good. But I kind of knew at least one of them was going to be because I didn't have a Deoxys yet. Panther, welcome. How you doing? Look at that. 30 streams. My goodness. That's a lot. That's a lot of streams. Thank you for hanging out for all those streams. I appreciate it very much. Lexter2112, welcome. Hi, I love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alucard, welcome in, buddy. How you doing? Yo, I can't wait for the final episodes of Dr. Stone. I started the anime a couple weeks ago, binged the whole thing just 4 days, and now I'm just waiting. We watched Dr. Stone since it came out, and yep, we're just waiting now. I remember way back when there were different people reacting to it because it was like the one in particular that I recall most strongly is Carrie Byron of Mythbusters fame reacting to it and being like enjoying it, but being like, should we be telling people how to make black powder? Like, should we? This is pretty accurate. Like, this is pretty accurate. Don't do that at home, okay? Dr. Stone is a very special show. It is. It really stands alone in what it does. So cool. That's why every now and then you'll hear me be like, get excited, because. Yeah, Senku. Panther, I like those two. My lurk emote next to the salty one there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good because they both go like that. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to do. We have tons of Pokemon stuff we can do. We have. I know the last time I looked at the list, someone who had filled it out, they weren't getting it anytime soon, so we weren't able to help them out. The funny thing is, I haven't changed my policies whatsoever in terms of how I feel about like whether someone is ready to get help or not, in my opinion, based on things like how soon they're going to buy stuff like that. That hasn't changed, and that in a way it kind of stings because like though I hate just yammering about and complaining and ranting about how bad things are, I still like helping people, like especially now when it's extra needed. So it stings a little bit more to have to tell them like, yeah, come back when you're like, whatever I tell you now is not going to be very helpful. You know, please let me know when you're, you know, come on back or hang out as much as you want. You'll pick up info and you'll be more confident with your purchase eventually, but I'll also help you out when that time comes, you know? Panther, thank you for being in both chats. I appreciate that. And let me see if there are any new entries. Nope. No new entries in the forum. So if you're new here, I am definitely able to help you out one-on-one if you look through a bunch of my videos to learn like things about pre-built, what to look out for, what to buy, all that stuff, and it wasn't quite enough to make you confident in making a purchase. I totally understand that. And I'm able to help out one-on-one. That's half of what I do in these streams, or at least it's supposed to be half of what I do in these streams. All you have to do is, if you're watching on YouTube, it's very easy. You go to the description, and right there is the first thing that's there says, if you want help, if you want PC help, please, you have to you must fill out this form. Then there's a link. Click that link, fill out the form to the best of your ability. There are certain things to pay attention to. I'll go over those in a second. If you're watching on Twitch, well, that's going to be posting in chat now and then. I'm going to go ahead and manually do it right now. There it is. Here's a link to the PC Matchmaker questionnaire. That's it right there. It also posts every 5 minutes automatically in chat. And if you go to the rules panel of the channel there, of the Twitch channel, the first thing there is a link to the form. Fill out that form, and once you have filled out the form, there's different things to do in YouTube and Twitch. On Twitch, you just use the free emote that I gave you that says I'm on the list. It's a free emote. All you have to do is be following the channel, which I ask you to do anyway, sort of, I guess, as a, I don't know, giving free help. I mean, at least drop a follow. That is free for you. If you're watching on YouTube, YouTube does not provide the opportunity for free emotes for someone who's just, subscribe to the channel for free, right? Unfortunately, thank you, YouTube. Instead, you just have to type @Braethorn, I'm on the list. And then I'll know, because if you type my name correctly, it is spelled right there for you. It's right here. It's you can just see it right there. Then it'll highlight that message for me, and it'll make sure I see it. Well, it'll do its best. Who's your favorite character? Mine has to be Ryusui, because he's voiced by Clifford Chapin in the English dub, aka the voice of Bakugo. It's Senku for me. It is Senku for me. It's just like the sort of the unfailing optimism, sort of the acceptance of everyone, helping encourage them to find their skills and their talents and how they fit into the larger picture. He just does that. He just does that with everyone. Everyone around him, sort of, he helps them find their place in like find something within themselves that they can respect and develop. And it's really cool. It's a really cool character. It seems like it might be a cop-out to say, oh, the main protagonist, but this is not your average protagonist. Very different from the average protagonist in an anime. But yeah. Also, where did we hear his voice recently? Oh, in Kaiju number 8. He also voices the voice of Senku. Also plays a character. He's played a ton of characters. That's the thing, is a lot of the voice actors you hear in anime, you're going to hear in a lot of other anime. That's just how that goes. But it's one of the voices where we just kind of we know it's him immediately when we hear it. So that's my signature lurk party emote set. Nice. Well, I appreciate the lurk, and I'm glad to be a part of that set. Thank you, Panther. Natty, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot to be excited about. Next week's going to be big. I'm going to be getting my booster box at that sort of like heavily discounted quote unquote booster box of Perfect Order. I'm really excited about that. We got to get through some of this Nihil Zero that I bought just because it was like $38 a box. Except that we are going to do a comparison. We can do a comparison. Like, I guess it would have to be 12 packs of Nihil Zero and then 6 packs of Perfect Order and see what has more hits. Anyways. But aside from that, yeah, we're gonna. I have 2 boxes of Nihil Zero, so we do want to get through that. But yeah, not isn't a cop out. And anyone can favor any character you want. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of great characters in Dr. Stone though, a lot. And it's funny that it took what 3 seasons to find out that Dr. Stone is not the title of the series is not referring to Senku. The protagonist or even a villain or anything. I won't spoil that for anybody who wants to watch Dr. Stone, but I highly recommend it. It is very cool. Z-Man's Car, welcome. How's it going? John Paul, welcome in. Also next week, card show on Saturday. Is it Saturday? It's Saturday, right? 28th. Yes, Saturday the 28th. I have a lot to do before that card show because I have to get this this IRL streaming backpack all set up. I still have not stopped by. I'm probably going to be going through T-Mobile to get the mobile data for it, and also I have to talk to my carrier Verizon about giving me more data for my hotspot because it's basically going to be running on T-Mobile plus Verizon through that. So it's gonna it can aggregate those connections essentially. So, but really, I just got to go get that. I basically have to get just a SIM card from T-Mobile as if it's for a tablet with mobile data. That gets prioritized differently from a phone. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot talking to, I haven't talked a whole lot about this backpack thing or this bag. I guess it's just an IRL bag. It's not really a backpack. But I learned a lot from the guy who built it because it is not a sort of run of the mill live bag. It was custom built for Stints Built, who then sold it to me. Jeff sold it to me. And then had me talk to, yeah. I assume Dr. Stone runs a dispensary. Shanala, close. Not actually close. Did brew alcohol at one point, though. The thing that put Dr. Stone on my radar was the science of Suika. You know the one, and you know the one. And what got me so hooked that I binged it in just 4 days was Senku's magnetic and eccentric personality. 100%. It's very cool. It's a very cool show. Highly recommended. I got some DMs I gotta look at. But welcome everybody. So again, so glad you're here. Dr. Stone, yeah, I sure hope go to one after getting hit by a stone. It's not we're gonna stick to Pokemon, guys. We'll stick to that. You two, the two of you. Let's go. Actually, it's funny. I have all of these like ready to be put into the Pokédex. Let's go over some of them. These are some of our hits from the past week and a half, 2 weeks, couple of weeks, yeah, or longer. might even go ahead and put these in the Pokédex if we get to a point where we're not ripping packs and where if no one needs help with PC stuff. So I have these kind of separated, right? These, of course, are all full arts protected by top loaders. And then I have the EXs here. Now, the reason these are separated, essentially, is because these don't have their Pokédex number on them. So for each one of these, and yes, we'll talk about the Raging Bolts. For each one of these, I have to look up the Pokédex number and then go in there and do that. Same thing with the EXs here. These are all either upgrades or mostly upgrades, actually. Oh, hold on 1 second. That's why we were getting that crazy reflection, because I have a ring light up there that I used to use as my top-down light. I don't anymore. I have one offset. And now it's not reflecting like crazy. There you go. So now these are, if any of these are not reverse foil or hollow, that automatically means it is a new Pokemon. But some of these, though, were not really upgrades. Some of them, it's like, oh, this has the Cosmo Hollow. I know I have a Cleffa Hollow. I need to see if this is going to be I like the Cosmo pattern on it, so I would swap it out just for personal preference. Yeah, but there you go. Hoppip. I didn't have Hoppip before. I didn't have Phanpy before. This is an upgrade for Miltank. Just stuff like that. I didn't have Slackoth before, but I got both a standard and a reverse foil Slackoth. I did not have Vigoroth before. And this is from Surging Sparks, which I hadn't opened much of until I got that 2-pack. So that's why I got to open up stuff. Remoraid I didn't have. Medicham I didn't have a reverse for. Registeel, I guess I did not have a Registeel. Yeah, I didn't have a Registeel. This Groudon Pokeball, this Pokeball Groudon is an upgrade versus the standard Hollow that I had. Grouchy, Turtwig, and Grotle I didn't have. So now I got to be careful with these, because these I'm able to place in Pokédex order. So as I'm going through the pages, I'm going in order. I think I might have messed up the order actually while I was doing that. No, I didn't. Yay. And I'm not having to go back and forth. That will happen when I get to the full arts and the EXs. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of upgrades. Like I didn't have Shellos. I didn't have Licky Licky. I didn't have Azelf. This Minccino is not reverse or anything. But to me, the fact that I'm going from a regular one to a Yukimori is an upgrade. Beheeyem upgraded to reverse. Same with Braviary. Aegislash upgraded to a hollow rare. So yeah, Litten. I didn't have a Litten before. I didn't have Litten in the Pokédex. That was just empty. Mudbray, I think I didn't have, and Morlul I did not have in the Pokédex yet. But for both of those, I also have reverses, so I'm kind of skipping that step. Yeah, there you go. That's Melmetal. I didn't have it all, and we're starting off with a hollow. Pretty cool. Just, yeah, it goes on and on. I didn't have Flapple. This Morpeko, Master Ball Morpeko is pretty sick. I like it a lot. Anyways, yeah, I didn't have Sandy Shocks. Or, yeah, okay. All right. Anyways, so those are the ones that are like not full arts or EXs. Oh, my favorite phrases have to be Senku's "This is exhilarating, get excited." Yep, and Ryusui's "Greed is justice." At least that's what it is in the dub. But another translation is "Desire is noble." Yeah, Ryusui is cool. How's the Pokédex coming along? It's good. I was just talking about how these are all either new Pokemon or upgrades that have yet to be either swapped in or placed in for the first time in the Pokédex. That's quite a lot. But I you know, we'll look at the full arts here in a second. Let's just quickly look at the EXs here. And yeah, just Durant EX, Yveltal EX, Roaring Moon EX, Tatsugiri EX, Monkey Dora EX, Gouging Fire EX, and Hydrapple EX. There you go. All of those are upgrades from just like a whatever, a reverse holo or reverse foil or a holo rare. But yeah, lots of upgrades and new Pokemon there. And then here are all of the full arts. Now, the first two, I already had from, I'd gotten this Raging Bolt right here. You know what? I can zoom in even more. And I can double check my, there we go. Let's wait for that to stop shaking a little bit. But welcome, Peter. Hope you're doing well. I do apologize, and I was just talking about this a little earlier. I do apologize that I was not able to help you out yet, but you know we will be able to help you out when the time comes that you're closer to making your purchase, when the information will be more valid for you. And I look forward to that. So Raging Bolt EX, I got this from the Prismatic Evolutions surprise box 2-pack from Sam's. That I'd waited out in line for to get at a really good price. But then I got the Japanese one from Terastal Festival. And I just took this one out just to show that I had both. I just have not put it back in there yet. But these are absolutely gorgeous, especially when you move them around a little bit. You see the holo and the lightning bolts. It's just absolutely beautiful. What does the ancient mean on the Raging Bolt? Okay, so ancient for a certain era in Scarlet and Violet, in the Scarlet and Violet era, there was a mechanic of both ancient and future sets. You would there were certain item cards that worked with it, certain abilities that worked with future Pokemon, and other ones that worked with ancient Pokemon. And yeah, so actually, if you want to see something cool with that, JJ Blinks, check out it's Purple Cliff with an E at the end. Purple Cliff did a video with his buddy that where they had to make, they were at a card show, or they were at a regional tournament for the TCG, and there's like vendors who are there selling stuff, and they're like, okay, we got to make a deck in 20 minutes, and this is future versus ancient. So they show the mechanics when they're playing afterwards. It's very, very fun and very cool to see, but that is now deprecated. But it's really cool to see. This was the Magneton promo that I got. It is very busy. It's absolutely insane, but that's because it is Shinji Kanda. And that is Shinji Kanda's Purple Cliff with an E and no space. But it'll correct you on YouTube. Purple Cliff with an E with no space in between. Shinji Kanda is well known for these absolutely elaborate, very busy, and heavily detailed card arts. There are multiple, like, y'all gotta understand, like, I'm not even half a year into this. It's not until you've gotten into it for like a certain span of time that I think you should do anything like, oh, I'm gonna do a full-on, I'm gonna master set Yukamori cards or Shinji Kanda cards, because Shinji Kanda cards are some of the most expensive that are out there. Like they're usually a chase card. This was a promo, so I got it with an ETB, which was nice. That was a Temporal Forces ETB. I love this Tinkatuff. It is absolutely awesome. Super nice. That was in the Clay Burst booster box. So was this. Look at that. Which I think is Paldea Evolved. It's half of Paldea Evolved. This is just one of the best Raichu cards ever put to print. Empire of Noise, welcome in. Got a secret rare Belly Bolt. And I mentioned this last time, but I like this because those giant eyeball things are not Belly Bolt's eyes. Those are Belly Bolt's eyes. Now, why would they do that in the design? Because they like making fun and funky looking Pokemon. It's great. This is the Fluttermane promo that I got from, maybe this was from What was it? What was this promo from? I don't remember. Was it Surging Sparks? This might have been from Surging Sparks. I might have gotten Surging Sparks and Terrestrial Festival mixed up. In fact, I feel like maybe this was a Surging Sparks promo. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? And maybe this was a Terrestrial, not Terrestrial Festival. Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces. Relicanth I got from Temporal Forces. So yeah, I think this was Temporal Forces promo. And then this Relicanth, which is just really, it's a coelacanth. It's kind of like how Flamigo is just like a flamingo that punches you because it's a fighting type. There are people in the world who have every single card. Would that be considered a master set? I'm sure there's somebody out there who has every single card, like one of each, I guess. What's up, Tech Grant? Welcome in. How's it going, bud? But a master set is just like, say this is from Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces, this says that it is right here. This is card 173 out of 162. Now, oftentimes there's 162 cards officially, well, not officially, but there are 162 main cards in Temporal Forces. And that includes all the commons, uncommons, trainer cards, if they have special energies for it. There you go. Now, this has a higher number because illustration rares and special illustration rares are special. They go above the set. There are also sets that have extra collections, like the Radiant Collection and Trainer Gallery and things like that. Those can have either their own numberings or they simply go above the official numbering of the set. You have to get all of those cards as well if you're trying to master a set. So let's just give you an example. The current base set for the current meta or the current series is Mega Evolution, which was based around the release of Pokemon Legends ZA, which heavily focused on Mega Evolution. Then you had Phantasmal Flames, which is then a subset or an extension, an expansion, if you will. Played World of Warcraft, then you played expansions, right? That's what Phantasmal Flames was. Then Ascended Heroes, then Perfect Order, which is coming out now. So, each of those has their own whole set of cards. So doing a master set of each of those, as long as you're willing to buy singles instead of ripping for every card, yeah, don't rip for a master set. Don't try to randomly achieve a master set. You want to just be able to go out and buy each individual card. Yeah, rip some of them, because as you're doing that, you're going to get most of your commons and uncommons and then a few of these special ones as well. But don't go chasing. I don't recommend it. There are people who do it. I don't recommend it. Sfeel! Surging Sparks gave us this lovely, so round Sfeel. Yeah, Magneton was surging. Natty, I've been a total curious buffoon recently, and I kept pulling up the master list, and you've done so much work these past 2 days. Holy crap. It's almost fully caught up now. Yep, I just have one day that I'm not caught up on, and that was the last stream. That was Tuesday. So then we have this awesome look. There are some people who don't like Goldengo, and those are usually people who play VGC, as in official video game tournament play, competitive play. Goldengo was a scourge to many people. Very, very powerful in tournament play. But in just the game, I really liked Goldengo. I thought Goldengo was a really cool Pokemon. So I was really overjoyed to get this. This is an SAR, which is like an SIR, which is one of the highest rarities. So there will be something like a standard Goldengo card with the box, with the art in it, and then the text, okay? And then what they'll do is they'll have maybe it was just a holo version, as in holographic, right? Maybe it was a rare, holo rare, right? Pretty standard, right? Not too hard to get. But then there would be something like an ultra rare, something like this, where is it? This belly bolt right here, right? Now this is in Japanese and they call it differently there. Instead of ultra rare, which is 2 silver stars, this will just say SR, as in secret rare. Sorry, these get little, there we go. But this is not the illustration rare, or as they would say, art rare in Japanese. And it's not the SAR, if there is one, or secret art, special art rare, or secret. I mix them up all the time. Again, what you're hearing from me right now indicates 2 things. All right, all this stuff I've been talking about, especially if I made any mistakes. I am new to this. One thing that indicates, and the fact that even though I am new to this, I'm still rattling all this stuff off. I don't do anything halfway. When I get really into something, I get really into it. I can't get partially into something. It's a character flaw, to be clear. But it makes it kind of stuff like this pretty fun. But yeah, this is one of those things where you would, in English, you would very rarely pull this kind of card. In Japanese, though, in those Terrestrial Festival boxes that I've been opening, I've done 2 of them. You're guaranteed one of these, I believe, of the whole set. And there's like, I don't know, 20 of them in that set. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Those boxes are a little bit pricey, but you get really good stuff for your Pokedex if that's what you're trying to do. This Ludicolo, though, this is an art rare. This I got, what did I get this one from? I got this from something. Okay. This Stuffle I got from Mega Evolution, from one of the last of the English booster boxes that I got. Booster boxes that I got. This Stuffle is super cute. I got into like a cute era. Not Jaspers, you got the Ponyta. That is crazy. Now, let me ask you something. If you had 3 of those sitting on your desk, would you be able to avoid opening all 3 of them? That is the life of someone who does this for content. They're right there. They're right over there. One of those could have the Ponyta. So I want y'all to know, while I'm not disciplined in many aspects of my life, when it comes to content creation, I do try to be. And I'm not bad at it. Okay, Stuffle. I was saying, I got into like this cute era where I was just getting a bunch of super, super cute cards. Like Stuffle was one of them. Relicanth was not one of those. But still, it's still great. Still great. That this Raichu was. This Tinkatuff was. This Litleo absolutely was. This Shroodle, 100% super cute. This Dedenne, come on, absolutely cute. Okay, Aurora's not really okay. And then the cuteness. Now this Aurora is still cute, but not like cutesy, right? And then, nope, that's a nope. It's like, oh, people always make fun of Probopass's nose and nose hairs, unless it's a mustache. Let's make that the perspective. Let's make that the perspective of this card, where we're looking up at specifically that. It's kind of got Bonsly vibes in that way. I'm surprised that you don't rip everything. I couldn't. My Surging Sparks booster box I'm trying to keep sealed is eyeing me. Okay, can ask why you're... Okay, so there are certain things that I do not buy because I could not keep them sealed. Those things have the Pokemon Center label on them, okay? So I'll ask you this, and this is not me encouraging you to give up on your successes at not, your self-control there. Why not open the booster box? Are you waiting for it to gain value and then you're just going to sell it? Because then you are storage. That's what you are. Why wait? Why are you waiting on that? I'm curious. That is an aspect of collecting that I am not going... I don't want that on top. There you go. That's an aspect of collecting that is not going to happen for me. I'm not going to get sealed product and just hold on to it. Oh, no. Oh, you better believe we're going to rip some stuff tonight for sure. I'm not seeing anybody filling out the form. Guys, I still want to help with PC stuff. Remember, though, y'all, my regulars, heart y'all 100%. But please don't fill out the form just for funsies. That absolutely warps the data that I get out of the form, the anonymous data that I get, the charts that I get. It does warp that. While I appreciate y'all doing it, it reduces the overall accuracy of those. So please do not. 4 years, 4 months, 2 days, 21 hours. Y'all can't see that right there because it doesn't show stream elements on here, but yeah, that's how long JJ Blinks has been following. That's crazy. Came for the PC chat, stay for the Pokemon. Well, the PC chats will return. More of those will return. They will. Like I do, you know what? I want to, before we get into Pokemon, let's do a little bit of PC talk, okay? Just a little bit. 5 months, 11 days, 23 hours. Has it been 5? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, since November, right? Yeah. So was it? Of course, I can just look back and look at the calendar and see that. But thank you, Shanala. I appreciate that. See, the thing is, there's some people who come in and just immediately decide, yep, this is my place. I'm gonna be here now. I'm gonna be here now. And it just makes me happy. It makes me happy that some people just come in and lurk now and then. I'm equally happy with. I want you to know that. If you just come in and you just like to lurk and listen, and I'm a podcast for you, that's fine too. Anything that y'all do that involves you being here, it's gonna make me happy. But there's definitely something about that whenever someone just comes in and says, yeah, this feels right for me. That makes me especially happy. Honestly, from a chatter and a viewer, this Pokemon gig you're doing is awesome. And I don't know 2 things about Pokemon. That's super sick. Thank you. I thought, you see, I constantly worry that people who aren't into Pokemon are going to be like, nope. And some have been, to be clear. I can't tell you what to enjoy, you know? After the memory shortage is over, John Paul, 100%. And I have already been cooking up an episode of PC Gateway that I want to do. So yeah, that, like, it's not going to be 0. That was how I was. I joined randomly and I stayed. Exiled Wolf, you are here. You know what you are, Exiled Wolf? You're just Wolf. There you go. Not exiled around here, that's for sure. Mostly waiting till my nephew gets a little older. Right now, I could give him the most valuable card ever made, and he'd fold it in half and put it in his pocket. So hoping to have some fun stuff saved up. That seems wise. But no, JJ, I appreciate that. That feedback is awesome to hear, because there's certain things that I really, really want to do, but I do have to keep one eye on sustainability, right? And that's why I don't just like say, all right, we're playing video games the whole time, because for some reason, and I know it wasn't 100% this way when I was specifically playing Pokemon Emerald the other day. For some reason, whenever I boot up a game and just go into gaming streamer mode, that doesn't jive with the people who normally hang out here. And I'm not talking about all of you. Obviously, a bunch of y'all stayed anyway, okay? But especially because it was requested. But I just never, even though I have wanted to be a gaming content creator for the longest time, since the very first Game Grumps video I ever watched back in the JonTron era of Game Grumps, okay? That long ago. What is that, almost 14, 15 years? I was like, I want to do that. That sounds like me and my buddies just hanging out playing video games, and it's so cool to just chill out and watch. And it's hilarious. I want to do that. And then it just never coalesced for me. Even when I started doing gaming streams, I got to affiliate, and that was about it. It was once I started doing PC-centric content on Twitch, on YouTube, and then Twitch, that the Twitch channel took off, and the YouTube channel. So I know what people mostly want from me and where my skills really shine, right? And I'm happy talking about PCs for a living. Are you kidding me? That's an awesome job. I would be insane to complain about that. The problem is right now, the market isn't too friendly to that. And I've seen my income surge, wax and wane. Let's put it that way. What's up, Brandon Sanderson, by the way? He's not here, obviously, but still wax and wane. You know, it's a thing. Anyways, I've seen my income like right there with the industry. That's not fun. That doesn't feel safe. Well, from viewer standpoint, you can tell you really enjoy this Pokemon stuff, which makes it contagious to watch, if you know what I mean. Wait until you see the video of the pre-release little tournament thing for Perfect Order. I felt myself having a blast, and I know it's going to come through in the video. I wasn't paying too much attention to how the quality of the video, like the shots were and everything, because I had these tiny little screens to work with, and I'm used to much larger screens giving me feedback as to what you're seeing. But no, I think it's going to be really, like, the game was so much fun to play, and I need to go there and play more because I have already forgotten a lot about it. Anyway, I do have a sealed Vivid Voltage ETB, but I just love the packaging on it. You know, ETBs, I feel like ETBs keep their value. How many people here, a quick question, how many people here watch Wolfie VGC? Or Wolfglick? I think his YouTube channel is Wolfie VGC. I mean, I just watch his videos and I'm subscribed, but I don't remember offhand what the title of his YouTube channel is. If you watch Pokemon content, he's one of the biggest. Okay, first off, he's one of the best VGC players in the world. He's a former world champion, and he makes some of the best content on playing competitive Pokemon in the video game side. And he's also really funny and very good at what he does. And he has some amazing editors and an amazing team. So yeah, in that realm, he's probably number one. But I've noticed something, and because he also plays the TCG sometimes. It's not what he's known for, right? But he does do a lot of videos with other Pokemon creators. So whenever they're like, yeah, Wolfie is this, Wolfie that. If you watch Fuslie, and I've encouraged y'all already to watch the Point Crow and Peachow Nuzlocke Invitational from last year. It is some of the best Pokemon content of 2025, if not the best, because it was so varied. It goes from Nuzlocke to VGC, right? Well, Fuslie got so into that, she said, I want to compete. This is just a variety gaming streamer, right? A big one too. And she's like, no, I want to compete, like legit compete. And so she started getting training and like coaching from Wolfie BGC, which is some very cool videos to watch. But anyways, let me find a shot from a recent video of his. And you'll see why I'm bringing this up. So this is Wolfie VGC. Well, this is a search result. This video is insane, by the way. I ranked literally every Pokemon. It is 3 hours and 50 minutes, and I've only made it halfway through. But he does really cool videos on like how entering tournaments with different team types. His team building obviously is some of the most insane out there. He's absolutely cracked because he's been doing this competitively for such a long time. But this is Wolfie. You've probably seen his face in different things. Anyways, but I want to see the latest video because I think in the latest video he talked about it. Not that one. You see if there's a shot of him without the green screen. There. Am I crazy, or are those just all booster boxes? That is all booster boxes, isn't it? It's insane. And I don't know why he has so many booster boxes. I think he just casually master sets all of these sets of the TCG. So, Jaspers, I was looking that up for you. I'm 11 to 10 on TCG Live. I've been addicted to it. Can't wait to play at some card shops. Nice. That's awesome. Used to, haven't in a while. So now, okay. His content has only been getting better. Only been getting better. I think you get booster boxes for winning big tournaments too. That's true. That's probably true. But isn't that in the TCG though? I don't know if that counts for the for VGC. Which VGC is just video game championship. Video game championship. That's all that is. Anyways, so that's why I brought that up. I would see this and I'd be like, dude, make TCG content. Why not? Like, rip that is okay. Hold on, let's do some math. Okay. It looks like it's 5 across, right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 across and 5 up. Okay, so that's 25 booster boxes at least. We're probably missing a row down here. Let's make it 30. 30 booster boxes. No, that's not even right. Yeah, that is. Okay. 32 booster boxes, right? And that would actually just end up being, here you go, 32 times 32. That is 1,024 packs. Just there. Just stacked in a corner of his office. Now, this also could be, I think he's using green screen here too, so that could also just be a shot that he took at one point. I think he has since filled these shelves. I don't know. I feel like a creeper analyzing a YouTuber's background. But don't analyze my background. I have too many things on my on the pegboard back there. It is a mess. The desk, I sorted out and cleared off. It has since gathered things, but it's in an organized fashion at least. But I need to move that. I'm putting up shelves. I'm putting up lights. I'm putting up this illuminated picture back there. It's gonna look super sick. But there's just been a lot going on. So that kind of sums everything up. There's been a lot going on. Anyways. Actually, let me look at my totals here real quick. Dang. So I think we're at like 820 or something the last time I looked at my total caught Pokemon from the Pokedex. We're now at 868 out of 1,025. Man. And in this not caught list, you can kind of see where these are caught. This is at a certain point. Caught. Y'all were there when this was implemented. So, Natty, all of these little things that you implement, it just scratches an itch in my brain of just going and organizing all of this. But yeah, whenever I'm ripping packs, I'm gonna be keeping this list handy. Just so that, and I know, I mean, the magic of editing means you won't notice that I'm like, oh, hold on, let me see if I have this, blah, 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 blah. But it's just going to go to the next card, or me saying, this is new for the Pokedex. But yeah, it's going to help a lot for that. Okay, I've yapped long enough. Let me see. Do I have? Yes, I do. Okay. So here's an idea. I've updated this. I think this is everything I've got. Yes. So Terrestrial Festival high class box. I do have another one of those. But I really don't want to just like open it. I want it to be, I kind of want to, it's just, I really want to get more product in English after having sorted an awful lot of it. And having to deal with sort of like having to use numbers instead of names to like look stuff up. It does get a little bit fatiguing to try and sort all that stuff when it's in Japanese. But I want to get whatever SAR is in that box. Like, of course I do. Of course I do. Wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. But we also have the Gem Pack Volume 4. We have and then we have the 3. Wait, hold on. I've got Clay Burst, Nihil Zero. I'm missing one. And Battle Partners. I am missing... Mega Brave Mega Pack. But right now, most of my stuff is Japanese booster boxes. Okay, go away. Come on, just get out of here. Thank you. Most of the stuff that I have is Japanese booster boxes, meaning that it's packs of 5, packs with just 5 cards in them. That's why I do mega packs, because it would just be like, rip, okay, 5 cards, rip, and 5 cards, and that's just too short. So yeah, a lot of what I ordered, a lot of what I've gotten is that. However, we are getting the booster box of Perfect Order. That's going to be 6 videos of that, because it's 6 packs each that I do that. It'll be cool. That'll be cool. And next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, going to a card show. So I'm going to try to get some, you know, decently priced English sealed product from that. So that'll help vary things. It's just that if you want to save money and rip packs, Japanese product is like the way to go, or Chinese product. It's just the way to go. And plus the hit rates are so good. It's better. 1 second. I would probably look it up to be sure, not Jasper's, but Paldea Evolved, I believe, is what that is. I have to fix this again. I gotta say that I feel like this whole thing about just putting the wheel on, giving it a green background and just chroma keying out the background was pretty brilliant on my part. This is super cool. This right here is just, I like that. It's super cool. Let's back this up right here. We're too zoomed in. It absurdly was. Huh? What was you were responding to something. What were you responding to there? Okay, I think Japanese cards just look better, except the mega attack rares, because they use English for the giant lettering. I think that looks cool though. It's one of my favorite things is that sort of that swapping back and forth of the language is it makes it really cool when you got both, which there are a couple where I have that. Halucha and Mega Charizard X. It's very cool. I muted it while I was moving the mic. Okay, I think Japanese cards just look better, except the mega. Oh, right. I already read that. WX fan. In a world of tech, one content creator goes live on Twitch to help people navigate the tech world. What's up, WX fan? How's it going? I'm not even saying it because I'm biased. Anything that makes things easier to do without sacrificing quality is a great move, IMO. So just doing the chroma key was awesome. Thank you. And also the little whee. I should have a little sound effect for that. Hold on. I should have one. No, it's okay. I'll do that later. Because I gotta go looking through all my sound effects. get it set up in the Stream Deck software, we're good. But it's like this sound effect, basically. Not this one. It's like how I would run this sound effect. It would be a whoosh sound effect, but you know, it's just saying it's that same concept. That reminds me, Bray, I found a treasure trove of sound effects. Yeah, which one would that be? I'm subscribed to Epidemic Sounds, so I usually use those because they're like professional quality, but like I do use some random ones that I found around the internet. Pixabay seems to be like the sound effect equivalent of Free Pick. Okay, cool. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Chugging along, you know. In between trying to keep up with the Pokemon content and collection, because the whole collection requires tracking and like tracking that and logging and everything, to redesigning the whole studio. Just all these different things. Lots going on, but all very worthy of doing. The mic works really nice, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. You're going to be stuck with one. I've got it in the box right over there. So that will be what you'll be talking into soon. Okay. Here, where am I? Okay. There we go. I always forget that the camera I need to talk into is right there. I constantly, I wish I had a cue light here or something that would let me know when I switch between. I need to figure out like an Arduino or something that can allow me to do that. That would be great. It's not gonna go. I can yell, but you'll get the same volume. That's what compression is for. And if, you know, also hard limiter too. Okay. All right, we're gonna record. Let's go. Let's figure out what we're ripping here. I've got a lot of cool Pokemon card stuff I can open, but I can't decide which one I want. So we're gonna get a little help. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what the wheel decides. All right, Nihil Zero Mega Pack it is. And yes, I have a fresh box of Nihil Zero, which is the Japanese version of the upcoming Perfect Order, which when you see this video will be the previously upcoming and now no longer upcoming, but maybe even old at this point, Perfect Order. So, yeah, this is a booster box with 30 packs of 5 cards each. We're going to get 10 packs to make a 50-card mega pack. Let's get into that. Okay, you can go ahead. Excuse me. Away you go. Let's get into that right now. These I was finding on Kel's Collectibles for, I think, $38 a box, something crazy like that. Absolutely amazing deal for this. So I bought 2 of those. So I have a lot of these. And in a couple days, I'm going to be getting a booster box of Perfect Order on pre-release. So I kind of need to go through these. Okay, we're putting this thing into sport mode here. Let's get that done. There we go. So let's get our 10 packs. 2. There they are. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and sort these to put the all of the rares and the hollows and the hits and all that at the back. So, yeah, you guys can go ahead and chill out if you're watching the video, but if you're watching the live stream, let's all just listen to some music and chill out while I do this. When am I going to break an original box of cards? Aren't those like $25,000? I think I'm going to never do that. Thank you. Love Nile Zero. Might pick up a box tomorrow. Highly recommended. If you want to do this without breaking the bank, Japanese boxes, 100%. Why is your chair not purple? Oh, Nerdy Naughty, what's up? Welcome. Good luck. Thank you. Why is it not purple? I just never found a purple chair. But also, I find that splashes of color are you instead of making everything 100% your favorite color, sometimes it needs to be splashes of your favorite color instead. And it's less, you know, you don't want to get tired of your favorite color, do you? No. Of course, I've already mentioned this to y'all plenty of times, but for the short, it's going to be sped up. All this whole part right here is going to be sped up, of course. One, two. There we go. Oh, your gem pack volume 4 with the ponytail also had a second full art. That's uncommon right there. Very nice. Nonsense, you're gonna get the greatest breaks of all time. I would like to think so. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Two more. Here we go. Almost done. All right. There we go. We've got our just a little bit of pack trash there. Okay, there we go. All of our rares and hits and all that should be at the back here, if any, I suppose I should say. Let's wait for that shaking to stop. Cool. Let's see what we get. Hi, Probo Pass. Okay, we're gonna speed through first half here. Well, it's gonna be 30 cards that are commons and uncommons, some trainer cards, Blade, And then the last 20 will be the ones where you have a chance to get a the rares and the ultra rares and the art rares and the special art rares or secret art. I always forget which one it is. That's okay. Doublade. And we are, who are you looking at? That's it. Here we go. So Dartrix, what? No, Decidui. Okay, here we go. Decidui EX is where it looks like that's where we're starting here. Not bad. All right, we'll take it. Shaman. Yo, hold up with the, wait, Tyrant, right? Yes. That is so sick. I love this card. Hold on. Where are you? The Tyrant art rare. That is a massive upgrade over the plain common card I have for Tyrant. And this is such a good one. He's so angy. So angy. That is a great hit. I love that. Hippowdon. Okay. Hold on. Romatisse. Okay. Vivillon. Yo, another with the Decidui secret rare. Or in English, this would be an ultra rare. That is a sick card. Sorry, buddy. You already got upgraded to this. That is gorgeous, though. Look at that. Oh, that's going to look so dope in the Pokédex. We take those. Poképad, I really need to get some of these in English so I can use them for the game. Aegislash, Hippowdon. That could be all of it. That could be it. Another Poképad. And that is it for this Mega Pack. Not bad for the very first one. I'm really, really stoked about this. Remember, I'm not doing this to be like, oh, I spent $38 on this box. I need a card that's worth more than... No. We're trying to build the dopest Pokédex of all time. That is collecting, and collecting inherently costs something, but man, that is going to look so good in there. And Decidui, so will you. You're going to go in my very quickly growing EX collection. So, and that's fine. But there we go. That's the first one. And I think the wheel was pretty nice to us on this one. But we got plenty more Nihil Zero that we can open. We might just need to do that before we get the perfect order box. But anyways, that's it for this one. Hit subscribe or follow if you want to see more of me building this amazing Pokédex. I'll see you in the next one. Not too shabby. I really like that Tyrant. I'm telling you guys, in no way have I memorized every Pokemon. This really tests me. But I'm always happy when I'm like, wait, I think that's, yeah, Tyrant. Yes. And it's not necessarily because I actually have a problem with recognizing it off the bat. It's just like, I have been wrong and I don't like being wrong, but I can take it. I'm fine. It is difficult, but I like to double check. Very, very cool start right there. Yeah, let me actually put some. There we go. Put these into top loaders. Decidui is such a cool Pokemon. Very, very cool. I don't think there was anything in here that... I have Vivillon, yeah. Yeah, there was nothing in here that I didn't have already. I've opened a lot of Nihil Zero. That means... for perfect order. See, there is a downside to this, to opening the Japanese boxes. And that downside is that when the English set finally comes out, you already have most of it. Contrast with another color for the best look. Right, there you go. I think that was from my comment about not overdoing it with your favorite color, right? Got Dartrix there. See, I said Dartrix right away. That's the first evolution. Rowlet to Dartrix to Decidueye. Yeah, there's nothing in here that I don't already have. Yeah, Tyrant. There you go. These are so basically at the end of that short, it's going to say new catches and upgrades, and it'll say, so for this one it would say 0 new catches, unless I didn't have Decidueye for some reason. I think I did. I know I had Tyrant. Let me see. Decidueye. Yep, I did. I do have a oh, it's an EX. I already have an EX. This is basically an ultra rare, or secret rare in Japan. So that is an upgrade here. So it'll say 0 new catches and 2 upgrades at the end of that video. That's why I have this whole thing here. All of this going back since my first card show here. So let's subtract 3. Did I finish with the 17th? I don't know. Let's subtract 4. We have, other than completely discounting what we did before this, what was it, the 16th of January, which is we do have a good amount of footage. That is 104 YouTube shorts that we have footage for. 104. Actually, no. Because 1, 2, 3. These are one full, a long form video. So, and actually 4. This one included, because it's comparing the high class box to the ETB. So we have 100 shorts. We have enough for 100 shorts, not including the early stuff. Yeah. Oh, they say you should post 1 short per day. Yeah, we got that. We have enough for that. Well, we will have enough for that. But you can see why it's like, we have a lot of work to do before we can launch anything, and we want to be able to just like put a video up every day. I can basically sit down for one day at the beginning of the week and schedule every video for that week to go up on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. I really don't want to do TikTok. I really don't. But Onward is the one who actually really sold me on it by saying, if you don't post your own stuff on TikTok, once the channel grows, somebody will. That isn't you. So we need to do it. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's very true. How many Nihil Zero mega packs have I done? 4. So there would be a 5 and a 6 here somewhere, right? I put 2 and 3. Hold on, what? 2 and 3. Okay, so it's 4. That's not 2 and 3. That's 5 and 6. So this would be 7. But basically, as far as the shorts go, I could literally stop doing this for like a couple of months, and we would have Like, well, I mean, honestly, it's 100 videos, a video per day. That is 3 months and around 10 days of content. Not including the early stuff. This was the goal to begin with, was to get to a point where there is absolute certainty of consistency. Because consistency is not my strong suit. So I have to take it out of my own hands. I have to just be like, I'm probably even going to get it to the point where I have someone posting them for me, because I'm very bad at that. If it gets to be successful enough, I'm just going to have somebody doing that part. After I approve it, of course. I see it, I approve it, good. That's why it's so important for us to set the tone and the style that's going to be from me. I'm going to set the tone and the style of the videos to my vision, to what I like. Some of them are going to require voiceover, and that will be me doing that. But I learned a lot about myself building the Braethorn channel. And I learned what I'm good at. Conversely, I learned what I'm not good at. So I need to focus on the things I'm good at and give the tasks of the things that I can hand off, the things that can be done by someone other than me, should be done by someone other than me if the funding is there to pay that person properly. That's what matters. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen where my failings are. Now, there's something else I want to get y'all's input on. Steve, what's going on? I'm doing good. How are you? That's why I have more than one favorite color. You need some other color that goes well with your favorite to give contrast. Panther, but that's not what favorite means. I've had this talk before. People disagree on this, and that's okay. But favorite generally means one. That's okay, though. But yeah, not Jaspers. There wasn't anything in particular that I'm looking for in Nihil Zero, other than the hits. I mean, you know, I've already got all the commons and uncommons, I think, so I guess I can turn audio ducking on again. Anyways, I've looked around, and like the plan was this. Tech content stays on Braethorn, and y'all have noticed I didn't make a separate channel for shorts for Braethorn. For that channel. I just kept it all on one. Everywhere I look and everyone I talk to, you do a separate channel for shorts. You just do that. So the goal was we're going to do maybe 1 or 2 a month of long form videos and just all shorts. Like we have the video of me going to the card show. We now have the video that we can do of those Ascended Heroes ETBs and at the end versus the high class box. And then we're going to have one from the card show on the 28th, which isn't a massive card show from what I understand, but it's still going to be fun to go to. It's driving distance for me, so I want to do that. And there's going to be things like that over time, right? So I made this separate channel, though, of Braethorn EX. So I had an idea, though. It made me realize that it would be kind of cool to have multiple channels that are just Braethorn with a suffix like that, right? Like Braethorn EX, and then I could do something else, right? Like Braethorn XP for a gaming channel where I play. That could be where the long form videos go of me playing Pokemon, going to card shows, doing things like that. And XP that's experience points for video games. I just threw that out there. That just occurred to me right now. I was thinking like Braethorn EX, GX, just different suffixes from the TCG, but I don't know. Just something like that, right? I could even change the tech channel to Braethorn PC because then it fits within that naming convention. And then people will know I'm looking at the tech channel. What do we think? Because yes, I should probably separate these shorts that you watch me filming right here. I should put those on a separate channel from the long form videos, but each of those long form videos can still point to the video on the other channel, the long form video on the other channel. It's just what they say about how your channel is perceived by the algorithm. If you're going to focus on shorts, it should be a specific channel for that. Braithorn PC sounds good to me. Nice. Bars. All right. People are going to think I'm a computer company, though, and I'm not. It could be Braithorn PCG for PC Gateway, right? That would make sense, too. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, you know what? I got it. This is what I got to do. I mean, some people might not go for the clown aesthetic, but I'm open-minded, you know? Anyways, what do y'all think? I love doing that. I love doing that. I love doing that. I feel like that makes it more confusing for the viewer, but I don't know anything about algorithms. Think about this. Sounds reasonable. I just know I would get too confused as to what video I'm uploading where. I mean, I'm becoming a business with PC in the name, but it's all up to you, right? Never mind. Just don't even worry about it. Shanala, I'm not going to ask you why you already have that, okay? That is your business. That is not our business. Oh, God. Somebody should do that probably, but it ain't going to be me. So think about this. Not Jasper's. Deep Pocket Monster is where Pat puts his long form videos. Short Pocket Monster is where he puts the shorts. But he brands everything as Deep Pocket Monster. So, but for me, I can just put Braithorn on. I can just keep the same merch. And if you buy merch for one channel, it's the same merch for every channel. That's kind of cool. As for getting confused as to what video is being uploaded where, that just has to be something that the uploader is aware of. Only his partner if he is deep or short, though. The whole thing, the joke with it is that Pocket Monster is Pokemon, and Deep Pocket and Short Pocket is just like Deep Pocket Monster was the original channel, and it just indicates that this is someone who has money and is investing it in Pokemon stuff. So it's Deep Pocket, Pocket Monster. It's like the category in Wheel of Fortune, before and after. We try not to read too much into it. When you do Pokemon collabs, you could label it Braithorn and other person tag team. That'd be funny. Yeah. Oh, we have an ad break. Oops, that just happened. Well, that just happened. And there's the what's it called? The trope. I got it eventually. But no, it basically sort of made sense to me in terms of, because brand recognition is important. I remember there was a content creator who was at like 20. They were like at 25K or something when I was at 10, And they're like, dude, I went and looked at your first video. You already had branding. I'm like, that was just me imitating. That was me imitating. And that's why I will always tell people there's nothing wrong with when you're starting out on content creation. There's nothing wrong with imitating the channels that you like, the content that you like. That's a good way of getting your chops, you know, like getting into it. You will eventually probably switch what you're doing, find your niche, find what you actually enjoy. But starting out by imitating is totally fine. Just don't plan on that being your thing. Don't plan on imitating forever. You're not that person. You're not that channel. You know, that your channel is not their channel. But just to sort of learn the ropes, it's absolutely valid to start out that way. The ads are right behind me, aren't they? The ads are coming from inside the house. All right. We cannot linger too long. Let's take a peek at the form and the spreadsheet. Nope, nothing new there. And Alucard, I was mentioning before, I don't think you were here yet, but it is fun to do like fun entries in the form and stuff. But because people have asked me like, hey, if no one's filling out the form, do you want me to just do a fun one? And we don't want to do that because it does over time alter the results in the charts that I get out of the form. So we want to try not to do that. But if you actually do need help on something, of course, I'm always willing to help out. It's kind of hard to be original anyways nowadays. You would need to imitate someone for a little bit. Yeah. I've told Harris Heller multiple times. I've told Harris, like, dude, I started out by imitating you. And yeah, like you inspired me. So of course I took inspiration from multiple channels, but it was because of some content of his that I was like, I need to make a YouTube channel. Yeah, because I wanted to just be a streamer, but nope, that wasn't the way for me. And you know, he was proud of himself. He was like, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. That's because, you know, if you make content that helps content creators, you'd like to know when it works. Anyways. But no, it was his direct advice of, if you want to grow a Twitch channel, because Twitch sucks for discoverability, make a YouTube channel, migrate your audience to Twitch. That's exactly how it happened. That is exactly how it happened for me. But okay, now I don't know where I'm at. I just hope I get to keep being a content creator. That's all I want. But I'm not going to do content that I'm not passionate about. So the industry has absolutely leached my passion for tech for now. So we do other stuff for now. And I'll still like do what I need to do to help people. It's just, and of course, if I'm not like, you see the results. You'll know when I put up a video of PC Gateway or whatever, you'll know that I'm in it. I'm into it at that time. You can tell because there have not been any. Just don't think if a video goes up like, I don't know if I want to watch this. He wasn't really into this stuff. No, if a video goes up and I have been planning one, then it's going to be worth watching. Okay. We should do the wheel again. I think we should do the wheel again. It went, I think that worked. Unless I get the same result. I don't want the same result. If I get the same result, I'm spinning it again. Again, I don't know why this is out of place. Hold on, let me see. I guess it's fine. Either way. Okay, let's do another wheel spin. Hey man, I know you're probably just really having problems with. I know you're probably busy, just having problems with my PC. Wanted to see if you had any advice. My power went out last night, and since then it keeps restarting and going to blue screen. Okay, Trollybuka. Let me ask you a question. Was it a pre-built? Do you have warranty? If it was, and you do, instead of going to a chat and just asking questions, talk to your system integrator, the company that built the PC. You're supposed to be guaranteed a working PC. Now, if you built it yourself, because you really didn't give me a whole lot of it, you gave me some info. Here's what the problems that's happening. Yes. And again, it is a reminder to everybody else. Okay. This is in YouTube chat. If you're not seeing that, it's a reminder to everybody else, get a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply. It sounds like if it's just restarting and going to blue screen, that sounds like an operating system issue. And that could be the case. Because if it gets all the way through post, all the way into the operating system, or it's booting up the operating system and it's blue screening. Okay, Trollybuka, that's giving you a code when it blue screens. You need to look up that code. It'll tell you what's going on, what the problem is. But it sounds like maybe it's not as much a hardware issue, but yeah, it's a pre-built. I've had it for a little while though. You could have actually said how long. If you've had it, say, for 2.5 years, and it's from iBuyPower, you still at least have a labor warranty. Whenever you're looking for help, whether it's from me or somebody else, being specific is very important, because I could have already been giving you helpful info. How long is a little while? What company did you get it from? Was it from a big box store like Best Buy, or was it directly from the system integrator? It's a pre-built I got from iBuyPower 2 years ago. That's what that sentence could have looked like. And I'm not trying to give you a hard time. You're already having one. I'm giving you feedback so that this can be more effective for you. That's all I'm doing. If you're having those issues, you're already stressed out. I'm not trying to stress you out further. I'm trying to make this go for you as quickly for you as possible, get you the help you need. 1.5 years, iBuyPower. Okay, contact iBuyPower. iBuyPower's customer service is awesome. They should be able to help you out. And if not, they'll put you on the right track. Best Buy. Okay. Well, there you go. That's the info I needed. So iBuyPower is, and I cannot guarantee anything on iBuyPower's behalf, but iBuyPower, we've had people in the community say, I was 2 months out of warranty and iBuyPower still took care of it for me. Is that guaranteed? No. Because their default warranty is going to be 1 year parts, 3 years labor. But guess what? If it's just an operating system problem, that's mostly labor. So what you probably end up doing is having to, you can go talk to Best Buy first. Say, I bought this 1.5 years ago from here. I'm getting blue screen. What should I do? You can do that. But that means you like taking it into them. I would first talk to iBuyPower's customer service. Best Buy's customer service is hit or miss. iBuyPower has shown time and time again world-class customer service. Talk to them first. Michael Sanders, what's up? Do you have any good suggestions for a good budget UPS? Well, UPSs can typically be pretty expensive, and you get what you pay for. You absolutely get what you pay for with a UPS. However, there are refurbished UPSs that you can find online. There are some reputable sellers, refurbishers, and resellers of UPSs, where they'll basically make sure that the control board in it is working and replace the battery, recondition anything that needs to be reconditioned, and sell it for half the price. What you need to look for, though, remember, budget UPS means that you're getting budget performance from it, and that's protecting your investment. Instead, you can get a higher end UPS for the same price of a budget one if you get a refurbished one. Now, the main thing you need to make sure of is that the UPS can provide enough wattage for all the devices you're going to run on the battery backup side of it. I'm going to go to my main camera for this. Most UPSs will tell you, will have multiple outlets on it, right? And one side will say surge protected. The other one will say battery backup. Only those outlets will maintain power when you have an outage. So it should be your PC and your monitor, right? Like that's it. Okay? If your PC has an 850 watt power supply, you don't necessarily have to have a 1,000 watt capable UPS because your PC is not constantly drawing 850 watts. But you don't want your UPS beeping when you're gaming because you're putting your GPU under load. So, depending on the capacity of your power supply, the output of your power supply, you should usually go by that for your, especially because also you're putting a monitor on there. You need to see how much power that draws as well. So keep that in mind. But yeah, Trolley Buka, no problem. At least you got an iBuyPower. I want you to know that you're in good hands. Just do me a favor. Remember this. Whether you email them or call them, whoever is helping you is there to help you. You are stressed out. You are upset. At least you know, like, okay, I should have had a UPS on it or something. That probably wasn't great, right, on my part. But I can probably get some help here. So just let them know that it's been doing that. I hate to say this, but you don't really need to tell them that there was a power outage. You can just say, hey, this was happening. But remember, be patient, be kind with the person who is there to help you. Okay? Even if they give you an answer you don't like, just maintain a good relationship with them. They're just working. They're doing their job. Just like when you go to work, you're doing your job, right? Michael, no problem. Happy to help. Depending on the company, out of warranty may not mean much to them. AJ, absolutely. Welcome. What's up? Hey, I got to help with PC stuff. Yay. Thank you for asking questions, guys. The only time I'm like, I don't want to answer that or whatever is because if I'm already helping somebody who is waiting for help, or if I'm recording something, I'm like, I'll get to that in a bit. Okay. Putting together a mini build for GPU testing. Nice. What are you using? Are you using OpenBench? OpenBench. What is the full name of that? I have one of those. I even got some GPU standoffs for it that I'd been missing. I need to find those. It was actually Alexander PCs that gave me those, and Skytech that gave me the OpenBench table thing. Trying to test ARC at 1080p in just anything. Nice. Okay. Which ARC? Which card? Okay, let's get into this. Let's do this. There we go. I can't decide which Pokemon packs to open, so it's RNG to the rescue. And here is the wheel. Let's see what it wants us to open now. Ooh. Chinese Gem Pack Volume 4 box. And here we go. This is the latest Chinese market exclusive Gem Pack Volume 4. It's got Ponyta on it because of the Year of the Horse. We've opened one of these, and let's do another. But because we still have a couple more, we're not going to remove that from the wheel. But all right, get out of here. Out of here. All right, let's get into that. I'm excited about this. It's really hard to have these nearby and not just want to open all of them right away, but I've been good. I've been good. It's funny because some of my favorite cards out of these are the ones with the gem stamp on them. I really like those. Now, this has in it 15 packs with only 4 cards per pack. So yes, we are doing this as yet another mega pack. It's just a lot more efficient for you, the viewer, for me to do it that way. So sit tight because we're making a mega pack right now. Sorry, chat. And I'm glad I made a lot of space on my drive here because this does take up a lot of space. Let's actually back up a little bit for this. I could even do this as hits only, but every one of these cards looks cool, so. Wish I'd picked one up when they were $250. What are they running now? Sorry. Sorry if that was a little loud. I have to turn that up for the wheel sound effects. That's odd. How did I do 2 every time if there's 15? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whatever. Who cares? 290 to 450. That's a huge spread, Alucard. Oh my god. That is crazy. Who's going to pay 450 for a B580? Ooh, I didn't cut that one very well. Well enough, I guess. And yes, I do record all of this just so we have a really quick thing that we can put to like 1000% speed. And then I'm doing this a lot faster than what y'all see. So yeah. Most don't have the prices, of course. Now, the last one I got, well, I'll talk about this once it's not being sped up anymore. All right, there we go. On the left side is going to be the standard cards. We'll get to that. On the right side, it's going to be all the hollows, the hits. The thing is, it's different with these Chinese sets because everything in here is a hollow of some kind. Every one of these is worth looking at. So no like hits only here. They're all kind of amazing to look at. So we're going to go through the whole thing starting right now. Let's see what we get. We are going to be kind of blazing through some of these. Starting off with pincer, Pokeball pincer here. But let me just get this focus perfect. There we go. Actually, I'm going to back this up a little bit so I have more space to work with. All right, let's get it going. That was a little too quick. Okay, I love the fact that there's a Yukimori card in this one. I love that. I do already have that one, though. Don't love the fact that an Amoris is in this one, but hey, what are you going to do? Torkoal, Frostlass, Excadrill. It's just, oh, wow, how did I even do that? Every single one of these is super sick. Litten card. Charge a Bug. The last 15 are where you're going to find the stamped cards, Master Ball cards, anything full art. There should be at one gem rare in here. That Ponyta is awesome. Of course, I have opened one of these, so I have most of these, but okay. Mudsdale. Okay, we're getting to... We're probably about 10 away now. 10 or 15 away. There's just a lot. There's a lot in here, so bear with me. That Whooper, though. I love that Whooper card. Licky Tongue, what's up? What are you looking at me like that for? Litten card. Again. Probopass. Whooper. Keyfly. Sawsbuck. Oh, there we go. We're at this is the last 15 right here. And starting it off with a Master Ball Heliolisk. Master Ball Pincer. Stamped Heliolisk. Nice. Love the stamps on these. They do sort of have a texture to, they come off. They're a little raised. Okay. Whooper. Master Ball Whooper. All right. Stamped Chateau. That's what we got. On the last one, we got the Chateau gem rare. Hopefully that means we're not getting the same one. That's what we don't want. We want the same one. Sawsbuck Master Ball. Cramorant Master Ball. Eevee Master Ball. Excadrill Master Ball. Tang, okay. We got a Snom gem stamp. That's a pretty good Snom card. Okay, all right. I see you, Snom. And the beauty fly, or cutie fly rather. The cutie fly. Wait, hold on. Is that cute? Hold on. Let me make sure that's cutie. Keep saying cutie fly. Let me just double check. Yes. $7.42. Yes, cutie fly. The cutie fly gem stamp, which is nice. Okay. Enamorous Master Ball. Relicanth Master Ball. Charge-a-Bug Master Ball. I guess the final card is the one. Let's see what we got. Yo, it's the Excadrill Gem Rare. Nice, nice, nice. We love that. What do we have for Excadrill right now in the Pokédex? And it is all we have right now is an EX. So this is a big upgrade for Excadrill. That is a pretty cool card. Let's get a little zoom in on that. Not bad, not bad at all. That's going to look really good in Excadrill's spot in the Pokédex. We love that. Plus, I promise you, a lot of these are going to be upgrades for their respective cards in the Pokédex, particularly the gem-stamped ones, if I don't already have a full art there or something. These can tend to be the more valuable of all the types of cards that you get. Yeah, I don't think I have a better cutie fly right now. I'll tell you that. Actually, I can tell you right now, I have just a common for cutie fly. That's going to look awesome in that spot instead. So we'll take it. Plus, of course, this awesome Excadrill here. I definitely highly recommend checking these out, especially if you like to open these cards with your kids, things like that. They're just really fun to open because you get a lot. You don't get a ton of different Pokemon, but you do get a lot of, you have like 7 different rarities for each one that is included in the set. So yes, I definitely recommend checking it out. And I'm really happy I got this one. I've got 2 more of those. So get subscribed or hit follow if you want to see those get opened up as well. Plus tons of other Pokemon stuff. See you in the next one. Okay, cool. Nice, nice, nice. I like that. I would love to get the Ponyta. I would really love to get the Ponyta. And that could be in one of those other 2. It could be there. We don't know. So I tend to keep these like sort of collected together. Because these are the most rare ones in the box. And these are going to be of varying rarity, of course. And they even have their own kind of scale for rarity. So like the gem stars will usually be an uncommon. Something like the energy reverse is going to be a common. You have the circle for common there. But then you get to something like, let me see, where is one? There's one that's going to have a rare. Well, I mean, if you look at a Master Ball one, that's going to have a rare star on it. So if you're going by that kind of chart, that black star for rare, if you're going by that kind of thing, you can actually, that's actually how I use the tags in our spreadsheet. So it does help. But yeah, if you look at the gem rare, it's going to have its own designation. Look how close I can get with this top camera. Pretty sick. Let's wait for that to stop shaking. Don't try waiting for me to stop shaking. It's not going to happen. But yeah, 3 black stars. That is what denotes a gem rare, which is specific to the Chinese market. But it's like the equivalent of the SIR. I guess I should put at least one. Usually, it's funny because usually I'll get an EX or 2. Not a single one in this. No EXs. Instead, we got an extra gem stamp, which I'm totally happy with, actually, now that I think about it. Gem stamped Snom, though. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve that one. I don't know why. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. We already got the gem rare for Chateau, so that's not really... I mean, that's fine. To get the stamp 1, 2, it's fine. Uh-oh. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right there. Okay. This is why I try to have a place for everything, and I try to remember to put things back. Because if it's not in its place when I go looking for it, I panic. Knowing nothing when I built my PC, I picked my motherboard because it was the highest number, figured that meant it was better. I mean, you're probably right. That's usually denoting the chipset, though. Looks like you're doing some magic. Wait, how so? What magic was I doing? Like a card trick or something? Knowing nothing, yeah, right. It all depends on what you were using. The PC for more than anything. Yep. But the culprit of the B580 is here. The culprit? Honestly surprised there's not as much Rapidash love, though. I get that it should be Year of the Horse this year, but still. Yeah, they just went with Ponyta because Ponyta, I think, had not had a full art card before, maybe? Culprit of the price swing. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, there was an especially expensive one. Right. By the way, I should show you this. Any extra EX cards that I get, I set aside. And just from that that bundle that I showed you that I need to add to my Pokédex, which I can go start doing that right now, actually. These are the EXs that I have from that. There's a lot. There's still a lot more. I'm glad that I have an extra binder. Like, it's going to take over that whole binder, basically. And the problem, though, is that I try to group them together. Oh, this one Dragonite EX is pretty rad. I think this is from X and Y Evolutions, which trying to open that now, that's the cards I showed you before were from that era. And trying to open those packs now, they're some of the, other than, of course, vintage, the most expensive, quote unquote, modern era-ish. I also have a Gengar EX that I'm keeping in a top loader because it's worth like 35 bucks for an EX card. But all of these, they're not going in the Pokédex because like I already have it, or I guess I could put those two together. Hold on. Hold. There we go. Ho-Oh in English and in Japanese, which is cool. Yeah, they're finally getting to the end of the list here. My goodness. There we go. I either have a better one or I already have an EX of it in the Pokédex. Like, the EXs are not hard to get a hold of, which is why collecting them was a little weird. But particularly the ones that are in English, if they're still allowed, if they haven't been rotated out, then I can use them for a deck. So I'd like to have them. You said it's Gengar, right? Makes sense if it was 35 bucks. I guess so. I mean, I don't know what this Dragonite is worth. Could be something. Dragonite can pull too. Dragonite can raise values of things. Let's find out. Yep. 583. XY evolutions. Yep. But yeah, no, that's Gengar though. Gengar is just Gengar is the second most popular Pokemon in the world. Guess the most popular. Basically, when a new set is coming out, if there is either a Gengar chase or a Charizard chase card in it, you know that set is going to be vastly overpriced on the market price because people are going to be trying desperately to get those cards. I mean, look at what happened with Perfect Order. They've got Dragonite on the box. Same for Mega Dreams, the original thing. Mega Dreams was the original set in Japanese. Dragonite right on the box, but they put an SIR of Gengar in there. So the big chase card, the card that's worth like $800 or $900 or whatever, although that's fluctuated, is the Gengar. Even more so than the Mega Dragonite hyper rare gold card and the Mega Dragonite SIR. Honestly, my favorite cards from that set are the Mega Attack Rares. They're so sick. They're so dynamic. They're so cool looking. I love those cards. By the way, I do have something coming in tomorrow that's going to be very cool for Sunday, because I do want to rip more Ascended Heroes, even if I already have a lot of it, but I didn't want to do any more ETBs. So according to a lot of sources, this is not scientifically proven, of course, but the 2-pack tins are the way to go. And I found a fairly good deal on a box of those tins. So that could be a whole video. I don't know. It could be a short. It'd be rough for a short to do a whole bunch of tins. But the thing is, even though I'm trying to be level-headed about the way that I collect and all that, if there's the opportunity for a God Pack, of course I would love to get one. Of course. What's up, Kenneth? How's it going? I like that Pezliz. I like that 3D printed high. That's very cool. In 2D, so it's not 3D necessarily. It's representative of 3D printing. Gengar be like, "Hey, I'm Gengar. I'm Gengar and over here. Hey, I'm Gengar. I'm Gengar and over here." And the sky parts and the money of the entire Pokemon TCG collectively falls on it. Yes. And Charizard is just like exists. All the money. There have been, I've heard people saying like, "I'm so glad there's not a Charizard in this set. It makes it affordable." That's kind of ridiculous. But if you know, there are pros and cons to every hobby, to every collecting category, everything. There are pros and cons to all of those. Yeah. It's funny because Gengar was one of my top 10 Pokemon. Still love Gengar, but like that kind of tainted that a little bit for me. It's just like, oh, come on. Let me just enjoy this hobby that I'm trying to get into. Please, please. If the money people used chasing a Pokemon went to the actual Pokemon, Charizard would have a generational wealth at this point. You're assuming Charizard doesn't already. I mean, those royalties, geez. Charizard is in like every game almost. Actually, there's only one Pokemon that's been in every game. Well, I guess by extension, two. No, I guess there's going to be some exceptions. Which Pokemon is in every game? Don't Google it. No cheating. Just knee-jerk reaction. Which Pokemon is in every game? AJ, nope. It is not Eevee. I hear the sounds of Googling in the distance. Oh, well. That reminds me, Bray, did you see that Quagsire was appointed Pokemon ambassador of a prefecture in Japan? I did not see that. That's awesome. Quagsire is great. All right, I will give you the answer now. I mean, obviously, if you've taken this long, you're looking it up. It's Magikarp. It is not Pikachu. If there's a question like that, the obvious answer would be Pikachu. That means if someone's asking you that and giving you like, which one do you think it is? It's not going to be the obvious answer. It's Magikarp. As far as I understand, it's Magikarp has been in every game. I don't know. That's what I saw in a fact thing about Pokemon. I can believe it because Magikarp is one of the most OP after the evolution, right? Gyarados is very powerful, yeah. What makes sense is it's the first one to get by fishing when you get the old rod. Yeah, no, Magikarp is so great. Like I'm playing Pokopia, and which by the way, I don't know if I feel like that wouldn't go well if I tried to stream Pokopia. I don't think anybody would enjoy it. Well, I mean, some people would enjoy it, but I don't know if like y'all are the audience for that. You know what I mean? I mean, you let me know if you are. But I've been really enjoying it. And Magikarp is just traveling around the area, just flopping, and you're like, can you breathe, dude? Not necessarily. Gyarados is good, but not really OP considering, you know, the nature of Pokemon itself and IVs and EVs and all that. Well, I mean, power creep is a thing. But Gyarados is, it like, once, they addressed that, right? With Mega Gyarados. But yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying it, why not stream it? Because I mostly play that like with Ari, you know, like we play that together. So I don't know. I'm not that we're like locked in terms of our progress. She's farther ahead than me, but still. Pokemon Emerald playthrough when? I don't know. I know. I need to do it. I mean, I was enjoying it, but I don't know. We'll see. I think the probably the biggest component of this, like where I'm most like unsure of the new channel thing, is how to approach the gaming side of it. I know I really want to play older Pokemon games, ROM hacks, things like that, but I don't know how I want to stream that, because of course I want to stream it as I do it, you know? I currently have a schedule, right? 3 times a week I stream. Gaming streamers, like a lot of them, don't do just 3 times a week. 3 times a week worked for me in terms of doing PC matchmaking. But a lot of the streamers that I know and or the ones that I follow and stuff like that, they're streaming like at least 5 days a week. So what I've thought of is at least adding 1 more day of streaming. And that could be Wednesday or Friday, as things stand right now. I don't know. There's like too much up in the air. I'm still trying to figure certain things out with that. There's also like the side of it where it's like, where do those videos go? What channel should I stream that on YouTube? I feel like Braithorn EX should be the shorts channel. And I don't know. That's why I was kind of floating the idea to you guys earlier, like the thought of the multiple channel theory thing, and Braithorn XP being the gaming channel, and also where I just do long form videos, because it makes sense. XP is gained by grinding, longer form stuff, longer spending time. So it's like, you know, that's where I would put things like I'm learning the TCG, all that stuff. That's going to go there. And also playing Nuzlocke and doing things like that. It makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to be making that as another channel. And so it's going to be Braithorn EX and Braithorn XP. I don't know if that name is going to stick though, the XP one. It doesn't really lock into my mind like EX does. I don't know. We'll see. But it does fit in the naming convention that I'm thinking of. Okay, well, I'm thinking that I'm going to do a couple more openings now. Let me actually, did I already enter that? I did already enter that in the thing. Let's see what we got here. 1 second, everybody. Okay. Oh, can I show y'all something that I'm excited about? This is silly. Okay, this is very silly, but I'm going to show y'all something else first. So check this out. One of the cool things, one of the things I really like about the form, right? Oh, not the form, the spreadsheet for that Natty made, is that if I'm like, okay, I'm not getting this certain Pokemon, where can I find it? So Beedrill is one that we have not come across. So I was like, okay, I can go here, and this is the TCG player link to just show all Beedrill cards. Right? Well, if I put product type cards, there you go. And I'm like, okay, wait, Astral Radiance, X and Y promos, X and Y, Sky Ridge, Neo Discovery. Like, these are all incredibly expensive to open. Astral Radiance, I mean, it's not the worst. But then if I'm ripping it, there's like, that's kind of one of the difficult things about catching all your own Pokemon, other than only counting promos, right? Like, I count promos. Wait. I count promos. There has to be a B-Drill box, right? Like, hold on, B-Drill, one of the original 151. I love this one, by the way. But Astral Radiance, and it's an ultra rare like that. The odds of pulling that, no. So if I go here and I switch from cards to sealed products, wait, only 2? Oh my God, $450. Come on. That was me earlier today, by the way. But of course, the thing is, TCG Player is not the only source for stuff. So I just went ahead. I did this. I went, right click, search Google, bam. And I found, oops, what the hell? Why is it doing that? I found this. Freaking Walmart has it for like almost $200 less. I was like, Walmart? Really? Dang. All right. So there are some pretty hard to get packs in here. It doesn't really tell you exactly which ones, but there's only 4 packs in this. But the thing is, if I want to get this by one of 2 methods, which is a promo card or by catching it myself, by ripping the packs, whatever, I would spend more than this on just a few packs of some of the sets that they have. And those are in here. How old is it? I don't really know, actually. Like, none of these pictures are very good. Let me see. XY Evolutions. This is XY Evolutions, which those packs are super expensive. XY Evolution. Look. XY Evolutions. One booster box is market price $1,900. That's 32 packs. An individual booster pack, or this is $100. It's $100 for this blister that has 1 pack in it. This set of booster packs, this says 60. Okay, no. It said starting at $69. That could just be, I don't know. I don't know if I trust this, right? It could be resealed. Anything that says that's not this $170 suspicious one, $240 for 4 packs. Instead, I'm getting the exact Pokemon that I need as a rad promo here, because it's a mega B-Drill, okay? It's like a mega attack rare, as we would call it now. I'm getting that, plus we're getting 4 booster packs. And it's just a little bit more than buying 4 loose booster packs. No, thank you. So like that, this is the start of some of the really hard to get stuff where I'm going to have to make some tough decisions like that. It's going to be a rad video either way. But yeah, we're getting down. We're at far less than 200 Pokemon left for the Pokedex. It's like 160 left. This is where it gets interesting. But no, this was a find. 100%. This was a find. I'm actually hoping it arrives with some damage to the box, because these things are going up in price. But hey, still. Yeah, I mean, even this. Although this range is not very broad, it's from $180 to $196. It's still on its way up. But what this means is that, what this right here means by X and Y evolutions is that's like the era, I believe. Yeah, I was not there. Like, there was no way I was going to pay $450 for this. Are you kidding me? Anyway. But yeah, like there's some of these where it's like, wait, Blissey. I haven't gotten a Blissey yet. I haven't gotten Blossom yet. These are the original, like some of the earlier generations. That means they're in older sets. Oh no. The Bonsley is going to be a nightmare. Like that might be where I have to make an exception. I'm not dumb. If like the only way to get it is to buy a single, I'm gonna just do it. But it has to be. But it might be that if we build the channel enough, it might be that some card shop wants to help out and send a pack of some kind or something. That would be amazing. Or I'm visiting a card shop and they're like, because I see them do that with other channels and not just the giant ones, you know? We got to hope that maybe that's going to be an opportunity, a solution, you know? We'll see. Oh, I can take promo off of this now. It's no longer a promo card. I now pulled the actual Bulbasaur card twice. Let's just do a Mega Monday. Let's do a Mega Monday. I'm so salty about that. It's so funny. Who was here for that and knows the narrative, knows the story of this? I'm just... Ah! I just thought of something really funny. I just thought of something really funny for Mega Monday. No. Seriously, though. I thought of something super funny. Yes. Yes, this is good. Yes, this is funny. Okay. Okay. All right. I already want to get into it because this is fun. Actually funny. I'm just going to say a really quick thing and you'll already understand what I'm doing. Previously on Mega Monday. That's it. And then we just have clips of all 4 Bulbasaur coming out. All of them. Yeah. So that happened. Anyways, it's Monday again. So let's see if we can go for 5, I guess. Probably should have had this ready. I just want to catch everybody up on that. That's why I did that. We're going to have a little thing. And I'm going to get to do that again if... Okay. All right. So we've got 20 packs left in this Mega Brave, which is Mega Evolution base set, but half of it. And I'm fairly certain this is the half that has the Ivysaur and Venusaur full arts that I need. So, yes. Let's do another Mega Pack and see what we get. As you might recall, I had previously been doing hits only with the English version. But the English booster boxes are getting a little too expensive to keep doing that. I'd gone through 2 already. No thanks. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But these only have 5 cards per pack, so doing a hits only is it's okay. Hits only makes sense because I've already got every common and uncommon already. But yeah, let's do a mega pack here. I guess I could just do the last 2 cards of each one and make that hits only. Chat, what do we think? No, we'll do the whole thing. I didn't even give y'all any time. I didn't give you any time. All right. For y'all watching the video, time to fast forward. But yeah, no, I think that's going to be really funny. How do you let someone know that there's an ongoing story here? You do it previously on. That's how you do it. I should play Carry On My Wayward Son. Oh, that would be so great. I mean, look, I see people using copyrighted music in shorts all the time. Okay? And that would be so funny to like if you know, you know kind of thing. What if I sang it? I can sing that song. What's up, Fred Meister? How's it going? Are you saying please do to having Carry On My Wayward Son in the background? Oh, yeah. No, we do PCs and Pokemon now. With the market the way it is, lately it's been mostly Pokemon. Mostly Pokemon. Because, as a scholar would say, ain't nobody can't buy nothing right now. I think that was Robert Frost said that one. But welcome back. We are recording for the upcoming Pokemon channel on YouTube and Instagram and all of those places where short form content goes. So you have your established process down? I do. If you're going to do a mega pack, put the hits at the back. Makes it more funner. Oh my god. Okay. These kind of like bond to each other a little bit whenever I cut them two at a time. Oops, didn't mean to look at that, but it's just a common, so it's fine. I think I gave Onward extra work there by doing the previously on thing, but it's okay. All right, there we go. Anything special should be in those last 20 cards there. We've already got all the commons and uncommons, so we're going to kind of speed through this. Okay. Knackle Stack. I love that name for a Pokemon, by the way. Scorbunny. All right, we're speeding through it. Why am I saying the names of the Pokemon? That's the whole point of speeding through it. Bubby. Can you not take over this one too? We already got 4 of your illustration rares. Please. Those who don't know, I'm on the chase for the 3-card combo of Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur in the continuing art of the 2 illustration rares and the SIR for the Venusaur for those first 3 cards for my Pokédex. Like that's the whole deal. That's what I'm trying to do with all these Mega Evolution base set cards, packs, whatever. Okay, we should be getting to any of the hits should be coming up here pretty soon. There's our Holo Yveltal. There we go. Tinkaton. Spray. Okay, Garganackle. Okay, Mega Camerupt EX. All right, all right. Shift Tree. Execute. Or Executor. Lieutenant Surge's Bargain. Okay. Marshadow. Lieutenant Surge. Hello. Okay, we got Cinderace. Hollow. All right. Volcanion. All right. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty good hit with the Spiritomb illustration rare or art rare in Japanese here in the Japanese set. But I do have this in English already. But still, it's a really dope card. Okay. It's cool having it in both languages. I will take that. That is a good hit. Not what I was looking for. Mega Lucario EX makes another appearance. Okay. Celebi. Lily's Determination. Celebi. And a Premium Power Pro. Okay. Well, we did get a full art card out of this particular Mega Pack. And I do have more. Mega Brave. I have 1 more Mega Pack's worth in that box and another whole box of those. This is going great. See you on the next one. Oh boy. At this point, there has to be some insider trading at the Pokemon Card Factory. I don't know. I'm just little old me, you know? Like, I shouldn't have to be suffering from that. I'm just a new collector. But I will say, I really have been enjoying ripping Japanese packs and also the Chinese gem packs as well. They're just really nice if you like getting shiny cardboard and you're not specifically looking for cards to play the TCG in a tournament legal sort of way, because you can't use these in a tournament in America because they're not in English. But the art is the same. And in fact, there's, especially with the Chinese gem packs, there's exclusive art to the Chinese market that you can get, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there we go. All right, let me give you a top loader. Actually, fun fact, this illustration rare in English is one of the first I ever got from Mega Evolution base set back in the day. Still a really, really cool card. I like even the touches of like this tree in the foreground, the shadow of a tree. I don't know if you can kind of, yeah, you can. There you go. Is excluded from the holographic effect because it's like rays of light coming through a dark, shadowy forest. This is the kind of stuff that I love to see in these full arts. It's awesome. All right, that's a lot more bulk right there, and not bulk that could do anybody any good if they want to play the game. So it does sort of pile up after a while. Mega Monday 14. We're going to have so many videos ready to go. I just did another Mega Monday, and I got this Spiritomb full art. I have the English version of this, so yes, it's another duplicate. Really, really cool card. I was kind of going into the detail of it, like showing that there's this tree in the foreground that's just a shadow of it. And they like excluded it from the hollow, so it really looks like it's in the foreground. And these are rays of light coming through the darkness. It's very cool. I really wish I could sort of pick the brains of like the content creators that I see that do like open 800 packs of this set or that set. Like, how do they organize things? I don't know. It's a very good question. Okay. I think, let's see here. I think I'm going to do what I want to do. And this actually could be funny too. And what I want to do is I want to do this Terrestrial Festival box. So, but we're still going to spin the wheel. Let's see if it hits it. I don't know how this will go over, but we'll see. Okay. I want to rip more Pokemon packs, but instead of me deciding what I want to open, we're going to let this random wheel make the choice for us. I'm hoping for Terrestrial Festival high class box. I'm hoping for that. I've got that thing. It's been sitting there, but let's see what the wheel decides. And it decided that we're going to be opening. Nope, nope, don't like that one. Nope. It decided that we're going to. Oh, no, no, thank you. I just did that. No, thanks. Decided that it's going to be. Come on, come on. No, we don't. I mean, that would actually be not too bad. But no, that's not. Okay, it's just still. I don't know what's going on. It just keeps going. No, that's weird how it keeps doing that. It's just fully random here. Fully. Come on. No, that's okay. Okay. Stop clapping. That's not the right answer. It's not the right. No, I just did. No. No. Why do you hate me? Yo, we got it. Hey, how about that random happenstance? Terrestrial Festival high class box. Let's go. You get out. Get out of here. First try. Now here we go. First try. Let's go. Let's open this thing up. Yep, I love it. Okay. All right. Terrestrial Festival. This is Prismatic Evolutions, but good. We've gotten a couple of the SIRs out of this. Of course, they are SAR. You're guaranteed one out of these boxes. Prismatic Evolutions could never. But yes, I've gotten quite a few new Pokemon catches from this set because I just, I hadn't opened much Prismatic Evolutions. I heard all the horror stories. But let's see what this box has for us. This is going to be 10 packs of glory here. There is at least a guaranteed EX in every pack. It is awesome. Okay. All right, let's get into it. I'm so glad that it randomly picked this one. That's what I was hoping for. Man. I guess we're lucky today. I don't remember the pack trick. I'm gonna do 2. Okay, we got the Binding Mochi. Wug Trio, Applin, Charcadet, Roaring Moon Hollow. Not quite the right pack trick then. Roaring Moon Hollow, Chi-Yu Hollow, and Roaring Moon EX. We do already have that one. Okay. I'm going to do... Wow, it's 4. It's 4. Okay. Okay. I do need to back up a little bit on this because there are so many hits that come out of this. And you'll see what I mean. Now, not at this point, because I've done some Prismatic, yes, and I've done, this is my 3rd Terrestrial Festival box, high class box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope I don't ruin this one. There's not going to, the commons and uncommons, I'm going to have most of those. So don't expect at the end of the video where I normally show how many new Pokemon I caught and how many upgrades there are. Don't expect a lot of new Pokemon to be caught, but we will find out. Okay. All right. Okay. That's a lot of trainer cards. Trubbish. Why do you look so tired? Okay. That's the poop bug. That's the poop bug. Okay, well, Chen. Flareon. Oh, we got the Leafeon SAR. Yo, that's sick. That is so sick. Oh my goodness. Let's go, nerds. Leafeon SAR. Different from the SIR. Yes, these are not worth as much as they are in English. But still, you have this in your Pokédex, you are balling. This is great. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. If that's the only full art I get in this entire box, and it's not going to be, by the way, completely worth it. Yes, you're immediately getting this. Okay. Also, I believe this has got potential God packs, if I'm not mistaken. This set has potential God packs. Okay. But that is super dope. That's the first of that set that I've ever gotten. The first of the Evolutions SIR or SAR. That's the first one I've ever gotten. So this is a good one, man. This is what I needed. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I've done 5 before, even though there was a common after Leafeon there. I've done 5 before and ended up putting a hit right there in the front of the pack. So let's not do that. We're doing 4. It's okay if there's one random one afterwards. Oh, man, that is amazing. That is amazing. Iron Treads, Wiglet, just a little bit. Gimme Ghoul, Fluttermane Hollow, Ancient Hollow, Jolteon, and we got a Pokeball Regigigas and a double hit with a Terrapagos EX. Nice. Nice double hit right there. I love the way they do Pokeball and Master Ball cards in this set. Prismatic absolutely nailed that with the texture and everything. I just feel bad because my girlfriend doesn't like textured cards like that, so but I do like it. But not be surprised, each set has a God pack. Not every set has a God pack. Not every set, yeah. Like Mega Evolution base set didn't have it. What is it? Phantasmal Flames did not have God packs. What it is certain subsets will have it, and then you know it. Like Prismatic Evolutions had it. Ascended Heroes has God packs, like that. I feel like I like the way these open. These are opening really nicely. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hey, I just got your Pokeball version there, Regigigas. Okay. Badoo. Booster Energy. Dunsparce. Varoom. Okay, Dreepy. Okay, got the... I did just get both of those in the last one. Okay, and I've got you already. Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. I know I'm not sleeving everything consistently, okay? Be nice to me. Can't believe we got the Leafeon SAR. That is awesome. Tail! There you go. Are you happy? Okay. Friends in Paldea, Buddy Buddy Poffin. Okay. And Goldeen. Blood Moon Ursaluna Hollow. Archaliodon Hollow. And that is Hearthstone Mask Ogerpon EX. Hoot hoot. I'm curious. I know that they
pretty seriously drop value because it's not the English version. I am still curious. I want to know what this one is running right now. $53.48. $53 card right there. Now in English, it's like $200. So I'm not kidding when I say it's a lot more valuable in English, but still. They're also way harder to pull in prismatic, okay? The odds are not good. Okay. Dracloak, Amorous, Great Tusk, the Habanberry, Abra, Cottony, Tinglu Hollow, Bramblegast Hollow, or is it Bramblin Hollow? One of the two. Bramblegast? Oh, sweet. A Pokeball trainer card. Nice. A clay something. And okay. And Pheasantipity EX. Nice. Is it clay something? Actually meant to have the Pokeball cards separate because I kind of like those more than the EXs. Earthen Vessel, that's the one. Earthen Vessel, Pokeball edition, Pokeball pattern, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I don't like the way that one's opening. Watch, that's the God Pack. Yeah, I just opened it terribly. Okay. Got Diplin, Larry, that guy, Umbreon, Honedge. Okay. For Alligator Hollow. Okay. Oh, cool. We got an ace spec. Nice. And a Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX. I said it, A-Spec cards look dope. Of course, I can't actually use that because it's not legal for use here in a tournament. It has to be in English, but still, it looks sick, so that's fine. All the EXs just go in there on the right. It's a lot. All right, 3 packs left. That's upside down. 3 packs left. I am opening these upside down because you'll notice this sealed part is a lot larger than this one. So this, I feel, is a little easier to open this way. There we go. Okay, Finnegan. Jamming Tower. Other thing. Phoebus. All right, Dusknoir Hollow. Sinistra Hollow. And yo, there's actually no. I did already have an Iron Valiant. I don't think it's an EX though, so that is probably an upgrade. Iron Valiant is just a hollow rare. So yeah, that's an upgrade. All right, we'll take that. And just Matang. All right. And now there's only 2 left, so that means this pack is the penultimate pack. This is where all that magic's going to happen. We're going to get ourselves somehow another SAR, right? That's what is happening right now. And it's going to be the Umbreon. Why wouldn't it be? Or it's a God Pack. Could be. Actually, I don't know if the high-class boxes have God Packs. I know Prismatic can have them. Tatsugiri. Moon. A literal moon. Lacey. Okay. That lady. Okay. Zorua. Pheasantipity Hollow. Iron Moth Hollow, and yo, Pokeball Cadet. Oh, okay, hold on. How did I just forget? It's Alakazam. Okay, there we go. Pokeball Alakazam. I love this card because of all that vibrant purple in it. Plus, of course, the Pokeball. I do have a full art though, so I'm unlikely to replace that with this, but it's a super sick card. Oh, and Flareon EX. Nice. How did I forget Alakazam's name? Come on. Bro. This is probably one of my favorite Pokeball cards. That is really cool. In a Master Ball, this would be, of course, better, but that is really sick. All right, last pack mojo. Come on, RGB, help us out, buddy. We want to get you more full art friends. Come on. Okay, Fan Rotom, Kadabra, Hammer Time, Goldeen, Snowrunt. Sorry. Kept wanting to say Snob. Snob don't look like that. Snowrunt. Zatu. Right? Duraludon. Morpeko Hollow. Koraidon Hollow. And finally, actually 2 cards behind this, but yo, Magneton EX. Nice. Unfortunately, we have the Shinji Kanda Magneton, so that's not going to be replaced in the Pokédex, but still, that's a really cool EX card. Wait, did I miss a card? No, I did not miss a card. That was it. Okay. Nice. An EX I didn't have, and I do kind of collect these. You get a lot of EXs when you're ripping packs, but that is a really cool one that I did not have before. Wait, is that Sandy Shocks actually? Sandy Shocks EX. Okay, my bad. Hold on. Okay. Let's just fake this for the edit, please, because I was wrong for a while there. And Sandy Shocks EX. I think that's an upgrade for my Sandy Shocks card. Nice. I just have like a reverse holo or a holo for that. We'll take an upgrade. But man, I'll tell you what we'll really take, and that is this right here. I'm telling you, this is an absolutely gorgeous card. And I don't know. It's going to be a while before I get another Terrestrial Festival box, unless I find a really good deal on one at the card show I'm going to next week. Because that's my 3rd one in like 2 weeks. And that's a lot. That's a lot for this. But still, absolutely dope hit on this. That is really cool. But also, these are all... I'm going to focus on this. These are all hits. These boxes are cracked. If you're trying to get a ton of shiny cardboard for a binder, this is the way. Anyways, I'm going to take this one. I'm running with it. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Craziness. Crazy. I can't believe that. That box was just sitting there. So, for those who don't know, there was Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies had all the evolutions with these like ultra rare cards. You can get the whole set, and the Moonbryon is worth thousands of dollars or something. Meaning the Umbreon, where it's reaching up to the moon. Well, similarly, Prismatic Evolutions brought that back, where the top chases were all the evolutions in their SIR format, the most rare ones. And they all kind of have this style to them, right? This style right here. Hello. So the Umbreon for this is now called the Sunbreon because there's like a bright orb. It's like reaching up to the sun. But honestly, the Leafeon is one of my favorites. Even though Leafeon is not my favorite evolution, this is a beautiful card. Like the rainbow border around it. Absolutely gorgeous. What an awesome card to have in the Pokédex. Man! I'll take it. That was a good one. It was a good one. Let me make sure these are all sleeved here real quick. I think I skipped a couple. This Alakazam though, like, look at the way that the background is on this one. If I can get the light to behave properly without blowing it out because of the plastic. There you go. Absolutely dope. And then the Pokeball texture on it and everything, really cool. I think you kind of need to see these in the Pokeball and Master Ball cards from Prismatic in person to really get the full effect, because they are really sick the way that they sort of refract light and get that prismatic aspect to them. Really cool. But yeah, I'm glad I did that one. That was awesome. I would love to see the Goldeen and Sea King as illustrations with the same background. Honestly, though, in some sets, it really seems like there are some missed opportunities with some of just the commons and uncommons. Arcstrike, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, this is my first of the Prismatic SIRs evolutions. First one I've ever gotten, so super cool. No Master Ball in this one. That would have been cool too, but I mean, I'm not mad. That box was really good. I am happy with it. All the trainer cards, and that goes right on top of it. Go. This is just all hollows. Just all hollows. These are, like I said, if you're chasing shiny cardboard and like the language doesn't matter to you, you're just trying to build a really cool looking binder, whatever, or Pokedex, it is really good. It's a really good way to go. I'm wondering, because Sam's keeps getting Prismatic evolutions, like surprise boxes and stuff. I know they did a reprint of Prismatic. I wonder if they're going to do the same for Terrestrial Festival, because they had a bunch of those boxes at my local card shop, and I imagine that it was because there was a reprint. But the prices on those boxes are not going down. Like, I'm not buying any more of those. Again, like I said, unless I get a really good price on one at the card show next week. We'll see. Oops. Okay. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know I did. There, now that doesn't look dumb. That's a lot of cards, man. Hold up. Out of the ones that I've tracked so far, we have an even number of a matching number of catches and upgrades. That's crazy. What? I did not know. I just noticed that. That's crazy. All right. Neat. That's going to change, but I just wanted to point that out, I guess. Yeah, 868 out of 1025 for our Pokédex. Check these out. So far we have 7 SIRs, 97 EXs. Yeah, they're not hard to get. What else is tracked here? 17 Vs, 12 Master Ball. Not bad. And this is how many we need from each of these. We need 7 Gen 1. And I do not want to buy 151. Gen 213. So the one still we're missing the most of is Gen 7. Now I'm going to ask you guys this something, chat. Is there a set that focuses on Gen 7 in the same way that Black Bolt and White Flare we're bringing back Gen 5, black and white? Brent Brown, what's up? You got me ripping Pokemon packs now. I love it. I apologize. I'm very sorry. I am very sorry about that. Please rip responsibly. Oh, by the way, was the wheel thing funny? I hope it was, because I'm going to speed that up a little bit with some silly music, but I think that was pretty funny. Come on. The whole joke of it being like, let's go to a wheel that will choose randomly. And then I'm like, no, that's not what I want. No, keep spinning. No. It can't just be a formula. Or the whole thing that you do is you set the expectation. Then you break it. Then you subvert it, rather. Stop it. Okay. Okay. That's a little too low on the music. Okay. Let me just put some notes here. How are y'all doing out there tonight, by the way? I haven't asked in a while. How's everybody doing? There's a vending machine in the mall I've been buying them at. I've been getting good hits. Nice. The Japanese pack, several SRs and ARs. Nice. Yeah, right now, all of my stuff is Japanese or Chinese. Brent, don't sleep on these. The gem packs. The Chinese gem packs. There are now 4 volumes of Chinese gem packs, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. And volume 4 came out recently. And there are full art cards that are exclusive to the Chinese market, but you can buy them. You can buy these boxes here. They're not that expensive. And let me tell you, every card in this, it's 15 packs of 4 cards each. Every card shines in one way or another because you cannot gamble in China. But there is a guaranteed gem rare, which is like an SIR or SAR. A guaranteed one in every box. So these are sick. And I think I got these for like $40 a box or something like that. 40 or 45? Something like that. On Kel's Collectibles. So don't sleep on the gem packs. In fact, at Kel's Collectibles, they also have a thing where it's a bundle of gem packs 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or 1, 2, and 3. And then the 4 is separate. But that's something I would definitely recommend. Ew. Never, don't mind me. Okay, looking something up real quick. 1 second. What am I looking at here? My goodness. Okay. Not bad. Nice. Doing good watching in bed now before going to sleep. Excellent. Hope you're cozy. Can you add a link to that site? Sure. There you go. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but yeah. And thanks. I'll buy some night. I don't rip to resell. I just like to rip packs and see what I get. I do the same with football and basketball cards. Brent, I hope that you have like penny sleeves and top loaders and stuff for the really good hits that you get. Just protect the stuff that you're getting. Or and if you are putting it in a binder, not a 3-ring binder, a nice side loading binder, and you're using penny sleeves before you put them in the binder. All those things, if you do happen upon anything really valuable, it'll help protect that. But also, if you're just collecting for fun, you should at least protect it anyway. Not sponsored yet. That would be dope. But they don't really need my help. They're a really good store already. But I know it's a little bit early, but I'm gonna go ahead and. If you want to see more card stuff, I'm going to raid out to Agent Damage here. They've hung out. They've raided before. I think they've raided before, but they've hung out before. We're just going to do this. If you're wanting to, that is what Kel was doing after all that. I don't get the reference, unfortunately. Sorry. Oh, like Keenan and Kel. Got it. Nope, different Kel. This is for those who are not subscribed. Just drop some of these in chat. And if you are subscribed, well, this emote is specifically for raids. Here you go. Did anything to put top loaders in to keep them standing up nice and neat? Yes, there's things like this. But there's also, just look up top loader storage. There are a million things on Amazon, and I'm sure you'll find something really good. Top loader storage. All right, we're gonna raid out to Agent Damage. Please give the. I'm gonna say hi and everything, but say something nice and drop a little raid message. Otherwise, I'm gonna catch you guys on Sunday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here for the hits and the misses. But until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!